Thank you, Brian. And we're now joined by Zach Shearer, a Central Illinois native who is taking on the big screen, making his film debut this weekend. And Zach is here with the director of the film, Andy Palmer. Fellas, thanks for coming in today. And Zach, congratulations on your film debut. That is so exciting.
Thank you very much. I owe it to this guy right here. That's all I owe it to.
And he made me look very good, so it was a good combo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad to have both of you here today. So let's talk about the film. So it's called The Re-Education of Molly Singer. We talked about it a little bit earlier in our newscast, but kind of just give us kind of the synopsis on what this film is about.
I'll pass that over to the director.
Sure. Well, it's about Molly Singer. She's a young attorney who feels like the best years of her life were spent in college, and she still sort of lives those out on a nightly basis, much to the chagrin of her boss, Brenda, played by Jamie Presley. The night before her biggest case, she goes parties, sleeps through the alarm the next day. But instead of getting fired, coincidentally, Brenda's son becomes the campus pariah at Molly's alma mater. And so Brenda sends Molly back undercover to watch over her son and make sure and take him from campus zero to hero.
And I'm there to stop him.
So you're kind of the antagonist a little bit.
He isn't a little bit. He is all antagonist.
A lot of it.
Yes.
So tell us about your role.
So I play a character named Stuart Gable. He is the president of his fraternity. He's basically the head man on campus and feels a little threatened as soon as he sees Elliot step in, especially when he starts eyeing Sierra Ramirez, his character, which is my girlfriend at the time. So yeah, her name is Lindsay in the show, and you know, I'm just pretty much I'm not having it. So I make sure that he's, one, not going to get into my fraternity, and two, not going to steal my girl. But I don't know if I succeed at either one of those. So let's see.
I guess we'll have to catch the premiere to find out.
Absolutely.
And Zach, you said you moved to LA 8 years ago to start your acting
Yes, about
career.
8 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. And what was that like going from Central Illinois to Hollywood?
Totally different. I mean, I was super excited. I still am super excited to be out there. Honestly, I love California, but you know, my roots are here. You know, my heart feels whole when I'm back here. I can't quite say it's exactly entirely full, even though I have another family back there. My wife's back there, of course, you know, and her family and everything. But just getting back here, being with my actual family, my friends, it's a different feeling. So I guess they're both amazing. But you know, always where you grew up and where you grew up, that's your sweet spot.
Exactly. Home is where the heart is.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great. And what was it like playing this role and landing this role, first of all, and then actually going through the process of filming? And what has that been like?
It was amazing. Honestly, the moment I read the script, I got the script from Andy here and from another producing partner, Warner. And I read it immediately. I was drawn to Stu. I wanted Stu immediately. So I called, you know, Andy and Warner. I'm like, dude, I want Stu. And Andy actually pushed for me, and there were some big guys that went out for it, wanted it, and he believed in me, and thankfully he did. And I told him every day, probably for about 3 months, look, I'm going to give you the best performance ever, and I will come there knowing my lines and everybody else's lines, and so that's what I did.
Well, that's quite a big promise, but I'm sure you held up your end of that.
I can vouch that he delivered.
Yeah. We love to hear that. Love to hear that. And of course, everyone can see your performance tomorrow at the movie debut, right?
Yep.
Nice.
It's actually going to be out tonight as well at Will & Knowles.
Okay.
But tomorrow night, me and Andy are going to actually be out there. We're doing a little bit of an event. We'll have a meet and greet and a Q&A after the show, the 7 p.m. showing. So we're really looking forward to that. Tonight, we have a big grand event in Grand Prairie, which is going to be more of an RSVP for family and friends.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's happening tomorrow. 7 o'clock is the movie, and then following that is the Q&A.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you all heard it here first. Go check out The Re-Education of Molly Singer tomorrow or tonight. But of course, if they want to hear the Q&A, they got to show up tomorrow.
Go both nights.
Yeah,
that's
we're
right.
doing Q&A both nights.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But we're down to like a handful of tickets for tonight. So
gotcha.
Tomorrow night's going to be their best bet if they really want to get in.
All right. Well, that sounds great. Sounds like a great film. Again, congratulations to both of you.
Thank
you so much.
This is amazing, and we look forward to seeing you in some more films and seeing your name on the director's side.
I'll take it.
Well, thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
And stick with us. We'll be right back.